This is just a walkthrough of how to set up the Turbo data sources in Growing Healthier Churches. So what you're going to need to do is have logged in as the admin in your My GHC account. And when you do that, you'll come to your My GHC homepage with all the dashboards on it. What we're going to do to go through this is use the toolkit setup steps to create our Turbo data sources. So you can see here that we've got the toolkit and we've got copy and share my health. That's going to be our key link. As we do this, you'll notice that for the toolkit, there's some additional setup that needs to be done. That's around a couple of extra reports that need to be made in Elvanto. But what you can do once you've done that is come here, click on copy and share my health. That'll take us to the steps to work through to create our Turbo data sources. And then really we're just going to follow a couple of these steps. So we'll see here that initially we're asked, how do we want to share the toolkit with other team members if we're going to do that through my GHC. And there's three methods here, right? The Google group using the same domain or adding individual email addresses. Um, there are steps to go through to do that. We're not going to go through that now, but these steps you can follow to create a Google group or have a look at how to share with the domain and that kind of thing. But key for us is step three, where we get to copy Turbo data sources. The first thing we're going to do is open the Turbo data sources master. What that is going to do is open the master of the Turbo data sources setup. And what we want to do is be able to create a copy of this in your Google account to then run the extract data sources from. So these are the steps here that we're going to follow over on the left. The same steps are here if we have clicked done, that we have opened it. These are then the steps that we will follow next as well. But the first thing we need to do, we're just going to come up to the top right here, click on the three dots and click on make a copy. That's going to make a copy into your Google account. We want to leave all of these as they are and simply click copy report. You can see now that we're in the edit window of our Looker Studio account. That's because this is now owned by your Google account. All of these are errors, which is not a problem because we need to reconnect these data sources. So we're up to the step three here on the side here. But what we need to do is go to resource up at the top. We'll click on manage added data sources. Now, these are the data sources that are now connected to your Google account. We need to run these so that your toolkit, when we connect it, can have access to these. So the first one we want to find is the Elvanto organization data source. We will click edit. And then for this one, we will simply come here and click reconnect. This may ask you to reauthorize. It most likely will not the connection, but what you will do is simply click continue. And then at the top here, you can see where we've got data credentials. We want to change that from viewer to owner so that everyone who uses this data source has the permissions that you do as the owner of it. And then we'll click finished. Now what we're going to do is for the next five, so each of these extract data sources, what we will do and do the same couple of steps. So I'll walk us through the first one. We want to go to and click make reusable over on the right here, and click make reusable. Once we have done that, for this first one, I want to click edit. Now there's a bug in Google that doesn't affect our use of this, but this will show up as all being read most likely for you. The key here is not to touch anything over on this side. So it's tempting to change this to see if you can fix it, but just leave everything as it is because the red missing errors are not actually affecting our use of this. So simply come down to the right, click on auto update, select a time. The time doesn't matter too much, but sometime early-ish in the morning and click save and extract. And what this is doing, this is setting up an extract to run every morning, in this case at 6:30 a.m. to pull the data out of our database so that it is live and we can interact with it in our toolkit in a kind of faster way using these data sources. All right, so that's finished. We'll click finished up at the top and we will now just do the same couple of steps for each of the other extract data sources. All right, we've completed those five data extractions and set those up to run each morning. We can click close. We'll come back to our copy that we have made, and then we can refresh our browser, which will see these errors turn green, which is now set up to complete the turbo data sources. And in our next video, we will connect the copy of a toolkit to these data sources that we have just created. We'll come back here, we will click done, and then we're up to step 5, and we're going to pick this up in the next video.